Panda, 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 panda. Good morning, pandas. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad that you can join us today. Hey, I hope everyone had an amazing weekend. I hope everyone was able to get some rest and ready for a brand new week of trading. I'm gonna say right now, I sure am. I am ready for a new week of trading, and hopefully, hopefully do a little better than last week. Last week was a little bit of a strange week for me. I'm not gonna lie, it was very choppy, and I would like to blame it for that. But honestly, hey, I'm responsible for all my trades, and so obviously was not clearly reading the market. I think I was getting a little too impatient, but hey, I learned from our mistakes, and we're gonna do better this week. We're gonna do better every single day. So I hope everyone had an amazing week. I hope that mental capital is restored for most of you guys. So we're ready to get those amazing two-legged pullbacks, amazing setups, those perfect setups today. Hey, make sure you guys fill out that poll to tell me what kind of day you think today is. And also give me a good morning, good evening if you're in the chat, to let the community know, get a sense of the community here, how worldwide it is. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Jack. Good morning, John Parkman from Montana. Welcome back. Alberto Malabet, hey, from Colombia. Good morning. Welcome back. SW Blaze. Good morning from Chicago. Fellow Panda here. Hamid from Texas. Will Curtis from Massachusetts. Good morning. Bill Jesso from Canada. Welcome back. Brandon Jones from Florida. Sleepy Joe. Good evening from Australia. Miss Kern from Switzerland. Hello, Panda. Kern, sorry, I had no idea you were a female. Like, if I could see your picture, I probably could tell. But the picture is so small in your icon. I kind of, you've been following for a long time, and I'm embarrassed that I didn't realize you were a woman this entire time. But welcome, Kern. I'm glad that you could join us. Thank you for becoming a panda. And I do love when we find some female pandas. Gary Douglas, good morning. 99 Super Swede. Okay, Angel, let's go. I'm not sure if it's your first time, 99 Super Swede. I'm not sure if I recognize your name. AJ Santa Maria. Good morning, pandas. Let's go. D. Lou, hello. Good morning, guys. Cad, good morning. Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Phil W. James Sakona says, let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Hey, guys, let's try to hit that 100 like goal before 9:30, before the market open. The reason why is because the more likes, the more engagement we have with the chat and the like button, just more engagements with this video lets the YouTube algorithm know, hey, we should push out this video because it's bussin'. People are interested, people are involved, people are engaged, and so it lets the YouTube algorithm know to push it to other people. And so if we can get this out, if we can get to 100 likes before 9:30, hopefully the YouTube algorithm will get a sense of trying to push this video out to as many people looking for some sort of content, such as live scalping, live futures trading, any of these things. Hopefully they can. Hopefully the YouTube algorithm will push it out to them, and you hitting that like button gives a better chance for other people to find out about this content that they are looking for. So do appreciate if you do hit that like button if you can. 99 has been a lurker but been following for a minute. Well, thanks for saying hello. I'm glad that you have moved from a lurker to a participator. Kellyanne from Jersey. Hey guys, for those who are new to the stream, I'm Buy My Money. Welcome to my stream. And hey, in this channel, we trade only one single instrument, the E-mini futures, the most lickable market in the entire universe. And I trade only one single setup, the two-legged pullback. Setup that looks like this, 2 pushes down or 2 pushes up. And we also say ABC pattern, or we can identify as a first pullback, first entry, second pullback, and we like to enter into that second entry. So when we see this two-legged pattern, we actually like to enter opposite of this pattern, because we think that once the market loves to make moves of 2. So once it makes 2 moves, then this move is complete and likes to make the reversal here. If you'd like to learn more information about this setup, check out the description below, and there is more details about the setup. For instance, I can bring this setup. It's not, it's a little choppy here, but let's see if we can get a cleaner one here. This is a cleaner one here. If we get a two-legged pullback, move this over here, we can see that we have a two-legged pullback at the bottom of a trading range. So the two-legged pullback, we're able to make a scalp right here, and in the right context, this pattern gives us greater than 90% probability to make 1 point. Also, we trade pure price action here, and so we have very few indicators. We have the 20 EMA, solid blue line, 240 SMA, this dashed line, and we have two custom indicators that help us with price action. We have the trading range, or we have the two-legged pullback indicator that counts all legs for us and identifies second entries automatically with dark green and dark red numbers. So you can see here, after this two-legged move, there's a dark green number here. So that is a second entry. For those who are following the stream for the first time or are new to the channel, for the indicator, all you have to do is really look to the right of the chart and look at the color of this diamond. And if it's a dark red or dark green number, we know it's a second entry. The dark red is a second entry short. So that's because we have a two-legged pullback here, A, B, C. And so this next reversal will mean that this is a second entry. But all we have to do is look at the diamond and it tells us automatically if it is. That helps us so we can just focus on context and not have to be keeping track of all the leg counts and legs for us to know if it's a second entry or not. Also, we have the trading range indicator that automatically tracks and identifies trading ranges using pure price action. These horizontal lines here are automatically marked by the trading range indicator, so we can see that we were in a trading range here, we were in a trading range here, we were in trading range here. As we approached the bottom of it, it went long, hit it perfectly right here, then reversed. So the trading range indicator uses price action to identify these trading ranges. All right, pandas, that's it for the introduction. Oh, by the way, if you want more information about the indicators, check out the official website at www.two-leggedpullback.com. Link is in the description below. You can also see the euro on the bottom right of your screen. Okay, pandas, that's it for the introduction. Welcome to the channel. I'm glad that you can join us today. Good morning, guys. As more people are coming in, gonna go over to chat. Good morning, guys. Come on, Panda, 20K incoming. Hey. Guys, this channel, we are on a small account journey. I started with $5,000 in April, and now I'm up around $16,000. Tripled my account, but I'm not gonna lie. It has been a struggle after tripling my account. I've been trying so hard to get to the 20K mark, but the market has been so choppy, and I have been getting chopped up. And so the last week, especially, was probably my worst week. Trading for a long time, and so last week was pretty terrible, but hey, it's a new week, pandas. We're gonna find the best setups. Let's not let last week or yesterday affect our trading for today. Other than learning from our mistakes, that's the only thing that should be affecting us, just making us get better. But in terms of the emotional feeling of feeling overconfident, underconfident, let's not affect us in that way. Pandas, you guys ready? I'm gonna go over the poll. 55% of you guys think today is a trading range day, and 39% think is a bull trend day today. I'm going to go over what I think today is going to be. First, let's go over the daily here. The daily, we are still in this trading range in the daily, but we are constantly making new highs, and bouncing off of this 20 EMA off the top of the range, breaking out now. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. Like, we can keep going up, but I'm scared at any point in time we can just crash down. But like, we can do something like this. Something that happened way back here. We crashed down, and then we started floating upwards, and we just never really broke, a previous candle's low on the daily until like way over here. It just kept floating upwards. We could get something like that again, this time as well. But it's hard to say for me. It's hard to say. With that being said, I really don't know what's going to happen. I mean, in a sense, there's almost no reason to really think we're going to go short. Other than something obvious like this, where we have a wedge. And we're kind of at the top of the wedge. And, also, typically when we do make brand new highs, such as right here, we have a pullback, right? New high right here, pullback. New all-time right here, small pullbacks, and finally pullback. And so we're in a place where every time we make a new all-time high, we're like kind of expecting maybe a pullback, right? Some sort of pullback as well. So I'm not sure what's gonna happen. It's honestly difficult because it's just been so choppy, and I would tell you the volume has been horrendous, and so scalping actually has been kind of difficult for me. Very difficult actually, to be frank. Notice the 10K chart. This 20 EMA on the 10K chart has been a beast. We have been in a spike and channel for a very, very long time. I'm gonna adjust this because it should look like this now. And now we're like breaking above the spike and channel, but in a very grindy type of way. And notice the 20 EMA. It's just, you know, we'll have one close here, even though this is a super strong bear bar, but look at the very next bar, no follow through. And kind of just been tapping it, strong bear bar, no follow through. And tries to break down, fail, break down, reverses. And so the 10K chart, in my opinion, unless it goes under the 20 EMA on the 10K chart, I just do not see it going lower. It has to first break the 20 EMA on the 10K chart. It's just been too strong of a support. And until then, I'm not really convinced we're going to go on a downtrend. But since we're above it, I'm going to try to trade accordingly, either choppy, range type day, or we're going to float upwards. So my opinion today, trading range, or actually bull trend, but my premise will change quickly. The reason why is because we've been so choppy, we can reverse on a dime, we can just be in a really big trading range. And so if we break under the 20 EMA on the 10K chart, then I might start changing my premise. But until then, I'm thinking trading range to uptrend. Market's about to open in 2 minutes. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go, pandas. I'm not gonna lie. On Friday, for those who joined me in the stream the first time on Friday, I apologize. I lost my screws. I don't know what I was doing. It was just so slow. I was like, I just want to do something, and I did something that I had never done before, and got bit in the butt a little bit. But hey, it's all good, pandas. At least we all learned something, right? That's the important thing. We're learning something. Gary Douglas says, I feel bad for what I encourage you to do Friday. Don't go in random anymore based on us. Yeah, let's stick to the plan, pandas. Hey, that's the idea. I got to this point by sticking to the plan. And every time we deviate from the plan, that's typically where we get hurt. And you don't have to say sorry. No one needs to say sorry. I am responsible for my own trades. And by the way, do not copy my trades. I am a panda. Trade at your own risk. You know, do not copy any pandas out there. Let's go, baby. Let's find the best setups today. I mean, we're in a range right now. We're at the top of the trading range. So convention says we try to short somewhere here, but market's about to open in less than a minute. So let's wait for the market open. Let's see some of the early price action, and from there maybe we can get a little more clues on what's going to happen here. So Kern says exactly. Kern has the right idea. We're waiting. We're going to wait for our setups today. Finding our two-legged pullbacks. By the way, make sure you hit that like button. Let's get to 100 likes as soon as we can to let the rest of the world know that we are live. Kern changed her picture. Ah, I see. Very nice, very nice. Market has opened. We're at the top of a trading range. Good trigger bar, but terrible signal bar. Slight follow through, not very strong follow through here. Potentially could look for a lower high setup here, just because I feel like we've been so choppy. Top of the range acting as resistance so far. Let's see if we can get maybe possibly a lower high entry here. Just reading this trading range here, and I'm going to short the tops and buy the lows here. Let's see if we can get something here. It has to break the previous candle's high in order to give us our higher or lower high setup. Lower high setup potentially here, but notice, careful, it could be a two-legged pullback like this. But we're at the top of the trading range, so I'm going to think that we are actually trying to go lower here. just because we've been so choppy. But as any trade, we need a good signal bar. So I need a good signal bar here. This is a terrible signal bar at the moment. We're looking for a lower high setup here. Give me a decent signal bar. I'll consider going short here. Looking at the 5 minute. 5 minute bouncing off the 20 EMA perfectly here as well. The 5 minutes kind of giving us a different story. Chop 3 bars in a row. Showing chop here. Ooh. Signal bar is not the best. 1, 2, 3 bounces off the top of the trading range. About 4 bounces top of the trading range. I'm going to try to go short here, pandas. I'm going to trust the trading range indicator here. And going to try to go short at the top of the trading range. See if we can get a point here. It is a little choppy though. 1, 2, 3 overlapping bars. Inside bar forming here. 71 ticks. Ooh, doji. I don't like that. Okay, this is a little too choppy for me. I do not like that doji, but I like the 1, 2, 3. I like the micro quad top right at the top of this trading range. I like that. Poking above it right now. Poking above it, trying to make a new high. Right, this right now I made an all-time high. This is literally a record in the SPY right now. We just witnessed it. We're witnessing history, pandas. Weak breakout here. Failed breakout at the moment. Failed breakout. I kind of like this setup here. I like this setup actually. Top of the trading range. Failed breakout. I don't like how bullish that bar is because it's green still. But also don't like how we're floating above the 20 EMA now. This one's difficult, but that failed breakout right there makes me want to go short here actually. Lower high setup. Just seeing how choppy we are makes me think we're probably going to come back down to the bottom trading range. End this trade. Thinking coming back to the bottom trading range. Lower high setup, top of trading range. In a choppy market. Still haven't scalped out yet. We have a Pikachu setup at the top of the trading range. I don't like how that ended with a wick like that. But I'm sticking to my convictions here, thinking we're at the top of the trading range and we've been choppy. So I'm thinking of coming back to the bottom trading range. Sticking to my pause. Hit my target. Perfect scalp at the moment. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Hey, let's get to the bottom of the trading range now. Come on, let's get to the bottom. As long as we're above the 10K though, I don't think we're gonna go that far. So I'm probably better off just scalping off of that. But let's see if we can get a run to the bottom of the trading range here. Lower high setup, top of trading range. Fail breakout, multiple hits on the top of this trading range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attempts to break out. Fails 5 times. first thing you gotta do is always identify the market cycle we're in, and I think we're in trading range market cycle at the moment. I'm not sure how far this runner is gonna go, pandas. We've been so choppy, and the 20 EMA is approaching the 10K. So as you can see, the 10K chart, like even the bottom trading range, it's gonna have to break through the 10K, 20 EMA. But I like that strong bear bar, right? Strong bear bar because it ends on its low. It's not big though, but bear bar regardless, right? Shaved bar as well. Let's see if people are always in short now. Like I said, I'm not really looking for like a very strong short bias unless we break under the 20 EMA on the 10K chart. That's what I'm looking for. But hopefully I can just scalp out a little bit here at the bottom of the trading range. Let's see if we can get it. I think this is a reasonable place. I'm gonna put it on the trading range actually here. I think that's a reasonable place to get out. Oftentimes it taps it and this reverses. Give us a little bit more. Bottom of trading range according to price action. We're almost there. Come on. 2 more ticks. One more tick. One more tick. Ooh, don't do that. Come back. Missed the bottom trade range by 1 tick. Don't like that. Come on. Hit my target. Oof. Just waiting, pandas. One more tick. Touched it. Can't even fill me on my one contract here. Man, can't fill me on my one contract. Oh, come on. One contract. Could not fill me with one contract. If this was a reversal place, this would be a very good place for a trap as well. If this was a reversal point. Still waiting to be filled on my runner here. Just gonna try to scalp out. Swing about 3. Touched my runner again. Touched my profit target again. But notice the trading range indicator is right at the bottom. So a lot of people are trying to buy at the bottom of this trading range indicator with limit orders. Get me out. Let's go, baby! Let's go, baby! Let's go, let's go, let's go. Whew! Let's go, baby. Let's go, let's go. Could have held my runner. Still be in it. I could actually, honestly, maybe held it longer, but in my mind, we're just so choppy, and the 20 EMA on the 10K chart is just acting so strong as a support. I just don't know how much further it's going to go below the 20 EMA on the 10K chart. I mean, if it can go really far below it, you know, I wanted to see a gap. We call this a moving average gap. When the candle, right, the top of the candle, the high of the candle, there's a gap between the high of a candle and the 20 EMA that shows us that there's a gap, such as there's a gap here at the bottom of this candle and the 20 EMA, there's a gap here. We want a gap on the top side, and with a gap, if it comes back up, we're thinking possibly this trend is over now and we could either transition into a trading range or transition into a downtrend. But not really thinking how far, I'm not really thinking we're gonna go that much further down because of the 20 EMA. It's been so strong on the 10K chart. But we'll see. I mean, we are on the top of our spiking channel. And in my opinion, according to price action, we are overbought. We are overbought. But that's nice, right? That's what you want to see. If you're still a runner, you know, kudos to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bear bars in a row. That's exactly what you want to see if you are in a runner. I don't mind that. I don't mind finding that price target and just getting out. All right, 240 SMA on the 2K chart, touching it. Let's see if we bounce off of it. Let's see if we react off of it. Notice now, the 10K finally, I think, is breaking down the 20 EMA, and it took forever. It really took so long. It took, you know, a couple days, right? Since the 24th, this 20 EMA has acted as like a supreme support, and I think it is clearly breaking down now. 5 minutes showing clear breakdown as well. Very strong bear bars. I wouldn't be surprised if we go far down today. Like very far. We're approaching the bottom. Actually, let me readjust this. We're right in the middle now. Smash to the 240 SMA on the 2K chart. Not looking to go long here. In fact, I'm looking to go short if we can get a trap, because that would be nice. But the market probably won't give it to us. The market's not giving us that trap. Oh, it might give us a trap now. It poked below it a little bit, and now might make some sort of outside bar. Very good signal bar to go long, but terrible context. Terrible context to go long here. After a breakdown like this, you do not want to try to go long. You want to see more information. You do not want to go long right away. Look at the 10K chart. Huge, 2 huge bear bars in a row. The 5 minute, not as strong, right? 5 minute comes down and then showing some, you know, showing that this trading range might still be in play. Let's focus on the 2000 tick chart. We do make a point on the 2000 tick chart, but like what you're looking for now, if possible, something like that, right? Like a two-legged pullback. But we'll see here. I mean, if the bull bars are too strong, then it's not something you're looking for. But that to me is a pretty clear breakdown of the 20 EMA. Let's see if we can get a gap between the top of the candle on the 10K and the 20 EMA. If we can get a gap, then we can start changing our premise to uptrend to downtrend. In my opinion, this leg is strong enough to be a downtrend. And honestly, strong enough for people to enter the first entry here. People might consider to even go short right here. But we look for two-legged pullbacks. That'll be a first entry, as you can see with, it's not a dark red or dark green diamond. The pink diamond means it's a first entry here. So what we're going to look for is something like this. Two-legged pullback to the 20 EMA and see if we can get a nice scalp here again. But wow, that breakdown, that is amazing. Looking for something like this, two-legged pullback. But I would not be surprised if people enter the first entry here and it pushes lower and makes us lose our two-legged pullback. I really wouldn't be surprised. And kind of what you look for after a two-legged pullback is maybe a measure move, right? So once we have this, we look for a measure move from here to wherever, you know, the top of the two-legged pullback is, if it works out, but who knows. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if people enter into the first entry here because it's such a strong breakdown. People are probably eager to get in after just a slight pullback like this. They're ready to go short. Even with a terrible signal bar, they're ready to go short regardless. And this is what we're seeing, eagerness from the bears, because we're not even able to get a two-legged pullback. The first entry was good enough to scalp out, plus more. People are swinging that first entry right now. Incredible. So we don't have a two-legged pullback yet. We don't have a setup yet. But that's what I was saying. I was thinking people are so eager after such a strong breakdown like this that they're willing to come in even on a first entry like that. New low. We could have a potential trap trade here, which I may be interested in. But this up-down movement, up then down, makes me think we could enter some chop here, but we're clearly below the 20 MA on the 2K chart. Let's check out the 10K chart. Pandas, I'm saying right now, we got some little more volatility than the last like 5 days combined. So this is nice. Nice to see some movement right now. Let's see if we can get another pullback here. Let's go, baby. Hey, make sure you hit that like button if you're enjoying the content. Also, if you want more information about this indicator, you can go to the official website at www.twoleggedpullback.com. We have a second entry here, as you can see. H4 setup. Potentially H4 setup. That's scary. H4 setup, huh? Let's not be lazy. Let's not ignore these wedges here that we're obviously seeing. Market's giving us a wedge here. A wedge off this H4. Still no two-legged pullback. The 10K chart, 2 strong bear bars and a huge doji bar, potentially showing us maybe trading range, right? Instead of a downtrend, we might just be in a trading range. We lost the H4 setup. Still no two-legged pullback for us though, pandas. What we need is a two-legged move. So right now, since we made a new low here, we reset the count. And we got to find a new two-legged pullback here. This will be, again, our first entry. It's a perfect scalp first entry, so people can trade this as a trap. But I'm going to wait till we come back to the 20 MA. Can't ignore this wedge here, though. Can't ignore anything from the left of the chart. That everything is important right now on the left of the chart. Decreasing our chances, right, to break down and increases our chances to go into a slight trading range. We have a higher low setup potentially here. Higher low setup. Dark green 2. Not interested in the higher low setup because I'm still looking for this two-legged pullback. Still looking for something like this. I might be keen to reversing it too, but man, I don't know. We have a clear we call this a moving average MA gap. Right, the top of this bar, now there's a gap between the top and the 20 MA, making us think that we're going to possibly lose our uptrend in the bigger picture. And so we're going to look for some short opportunities here. We might lose our two-legged pullback here. If this breaks the previous candle's low or this pivot low, we lose our two-legged pullback. Hopefully we don't lose it. Hopefully we can get a two-legged pullback here. This is a higher low setup, but I'm going to be looking for the Pikachu. Potential Pikachu here. Let's see if we can get it. It needs to break above the previous candle's high. Still no two-legged pullback. We're waiting for a two-legged pullback here. Come on, give us a two-legged pullback. Market's being stingy. Market's being stingy. Market's being stingy. It's not giving us our two-legged pullback. It's going down too far. Okay, bouncing back. Looking for a two-legged pullback, something like this. If we can get it. Pikachu. Potential Pikachu. This two-legged pullback is so far from the 20 MA. Okay, it's getting closer to 20 MA. I like that. I actually like the fact that it went up like that. But I need to be a decent signal bar for me. Terrible signal bar. Okay, we lost our Pikachu. It's just a two-legged pullback now. Priming up my order here. I might, man, I don't know. I might switch it if it reverses. But this is a two-legged pullback after a strong push down. You're thinking, okay, at least scalp out here. Okay, signal bar is growing. I don't like it when it's too low. It's a little sideways, as you can see here. Doji bar being created. Okay, good signal bar now. Ooh, good signal bar. I'm going to enter here with a limit order. Let's see if we can get a limit order here. Okay, I'm in this trade. Let's see if we can get enough for a scalp here. I'm actually going to lower this stop here. Actually, I'll keep my 4 point. I kind of want to lower it because if it reverses, this is not a bad place to reverse off the wedge. Disappointing bar. I'm going to minimize my loss here. For that potential. Now we're still under 20 MA. I'm keeping this. Let's keep this at 4 points here. That's really disappointing though, right? When you see a bar like this right after you enter short, that's disappointing. It's exactly what you do not want to see. But we have the 20 MA guarding us. Hopefully this will give us some sort of resistance here. That's not what you want to see if you are short. That is a terrible thing you want to see if you're short. This could reverse on me here. My main goal, I think now, is maybe to, that's what I was thinking. Either trading range or downtrend. But let's look at the 10K chart real quick. Okay. Possibly one scale in. I might do one scale in here. Making a double top at the moment here. Don't like this. You don't like this kind of bar. Maybe one scale in on a L4 setup if we get an L4. I'm thinking maybe scale in one time here. Thinking possible trading range. I can be able to scale in one time. So I'm thinking. Because this is not what you want to see. This is obviously a bad trade. And even though that we had that two-legged pullback, I was thinking if this reverse would be a good reversal spot. Okay, we're keeping this though. I'm thinking maybe an L4 setup here. I'm gonna do one scale in here. I'm gonna do one scale in. And I'm gonna break my trade here if it reverses again. I'm doing one scale in, come out break even. Doing a one scale in trade here and break even. Increase my possibilities to get out of this trade. Because that's not what you want to see. That is not what you want to see. You're thinking trading range now. Or it might break me without even scaling in one time. I don't know if I want to scale in. If I should extend my stop loss to scale in thinking trading range day. Thinking most likely can get out of this. But you know what? I'll lose a trade and I'll enter in another I'll just enter another second entry short if we get a good one. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with losing this. I think we have some opportunities today. And with this kind of newfound information here, seeing that we're reversing here, could help us figure out that we're most likely in a trading range type day instead of this downtrend day that I thought we were going to have. It's getting choppy up here. $10K chart. 20 EMA might act as resistance now on the 10K chart. Yeah, I was feeling a little sketchy about that trade. I did feel a little sketchy. I was thinking I should reverse my trade if it does trap. Because I was thinking with this wedge, this could give us more of a reason why we think trading range instead of downtrend. Alright, I lost that trade obviously, but I was thinking that. I had the hunch that this was sketchy. The fact that it did reverse hard like that made me think that you know, we can really break out the other way and reverse here. Not like a strong reversal per se, but a type of trading range reversal where we come back up, come back down. And that's basically because of this wedge we saw here. Even after a strong breakdown like this, we have to recognize the wedge here and realize that with this wedge, you know, that was, you know, a good place to actually reverse. I was really thinking to reverse my trade there, but I just, you know, typically like live trades, just, you know, I think way too much. I'm thinking way too hard about certain things. But I think if I wasn't live trading, I would probably just reverse it right there. I'm thinking, okay, yeah, this wedge here that was a bad trade, especially when the bar looks like that. But hey, cannot blame anyone except myself. Gotta do better next time. Yeah, that's unfortunate because you just see this super strong breakdown. You do see a gap between the 20 MA on the 10K chart, thinking now we could possibly be on a downtrend because we finally have a break of this super strong support. But typically after the first break, we come back up, retest the highs in some way or another, and then reverse again. If it does reverse, we're thinking like a bigger reversal. So this is the major trend reversal we're trying to look for. Yeah, strong bear leg here. Jason, welcome back. Guess what? We had the Pikachu on the other side. Should have seen that. The Pikachu on the other side was good. I wasn't even thinking about the Pikachu on the other side. Bottom of the trading range now acting as resistance, as you can see. Big spike here. Bottom trading range acting as resistance, but this gap between the 20 EMA and the bottom of these candles make me think trading range still, that we can go higher. Only way I would really go lower is on an L4 setup here. If we get this L4, I'm thinking to go lower. And I probably will swing the entire trade, most likely. But L4 needs to trigger first. Not sure if the market will give us the L4, but if it does give us L4, I'm going to go in short. L4 will disappear at the 25s. L4 gone. We lost the L4 setup. Potential L4 setup, but now it's gone because that actually made a perfect scalp. If I scaled in there, I wanted to see what happens. So I went short here. If I went into here, the middle point is the break-even spot. So let's say 25s here will be my break-even. So if I scaled in, I wanted to see if I can come up break-even here. But that means, you know, bigger potential loss because you're moving your stop loss up higher and you're doubling your position. And so if it doesn't reach your break-even, it comes back up, you're doubling your losses. But you're also, in a sense, doubling your probability to come up break-even. So in a sense, it's, you know, it could be worth it. See, when the market does something like this, that's very tricky, right? Two-legged pull, strong push down, two-legged pullback back to the 20 MA. But I should have noticed. I typically do notice stuff like this, but we see here already, right, that we try to make our move up and we made a new low. And in a sense, what you're trying to do is once you break trend, make a new low, you look for a reversal pattern. And that's the reversal pattern right there, MTR to go up. I don't know how I missed that, but that's basically what had happened. MTR right there. The main thing for me was we were under the 20 MA, so I was thinking 20 MA could give us some sort of support, but 20 MA, you know, completely disrespected. A little down today, but it's all good, pandas. Let's go. Let's find those good setups. I thought that was worth it, worth taking. We don't have a clear setup at the moment. I'm just seeing if we can come out break even if we enter this short here. Lower high setup here. We're at the 20 MA on the 10K chart. The 5-minute chart hit the 20 MA pretty perfectly and bounced off of it. If I scaled in, I'll be sweating right now. I'll be sweating like crazy if I scaled in. Because I'm not break even, I'm doubling up my losses, and it just produced a candle like this. I'll be sweating with a scale in. What's the price action telling us here? Choppy on our way up here. Spikes down. Break even spots right there. Lower high setup. That spike down was pretty convincing in my opinion. Gives a perfect scalp actually. Most likely gonna come out break even if we did go short there, but we'll see. Potential trap trade. Going the other way now. All right. Break even was hit. If I did scale in, I would have come out break even right there. I'm not convinced we're in the uptrend, right? This is too choppy for me. Too many wicks, right? Too many failed breakouts, too many failed breakdowns. I'm not convinced we're in an uptrend. Not going long here. Notice how we reversed off the bottom of this trading range. If we extended this line, we tried to break out of it, but reversed many times. Thinking of going short here, pandas. Think I'm going short here, pandas. Didn't trigger yet. Trap trade. Thinking of going short here on this trap. Two-legged pullback. Reversing here. Micro double bottom. Now it's a little sketchy. Little sketchy. Maybe we're thinking trading range. $20 EMA. Terrible signal bar, but for traps you typically don't care about the signal bar as much. $10K chart creating potential higher low setup. Confusing. Chat, this is confusing for me. But this is a trap trade here. But I don't like these long wicks. I don't like these long tails. This is a trap trade, but that's not typically what you want to see, right? These are overlapping bars now. Giving you more idea that this might be a trading range instead of a strong downtrend. Like strong downtrend, you shouldn't see this happen on a strong downtrend. Like this little pop up here should not have happened if this was a truly strong downtrend. Also, candle like this shouldn't appear as well. I'm going to take this trap here though. $10K chart. What's my 5-minute telling me? Ooh, 5 minutes telling me something interesting. Higher low setup on the 5-minute as well. Strong bear bar on the 5-minute on the first entry. I feel okay in this trap here. I'm gonna try to take it. Actually, 1, 2, 3 overlapping bars. Micro double top. If we lose a micro double top, I don't think I'm interested anymore. Alright, no longer interested in that trade. Still a trap. Still in trap city. Reversing that trap. Thinking that second push up was going to get you out, but doesn't. Woo! That gives you more reason to actually go short right here, but long wicks, overlapping bars. This shows trading range or actually bearishness. confusion, right? You have the 20 EMA, 240 SMA, whiplashing each other, and the price action is right on both of those, right? Going in and out both of these moving averages, making it confusing. Of course, it'll break out one way or the other. Just don't know which way at this moment. I thought it was going to reverse up. I thought it was going to go much higher, but, you know, after this price action, I don't know anymore. But notice how we bounced off right here, which is basically that break-even point that I mentioned. If you had gone short right here, that pretty much is the break-even point if you scaled in one time. Which I was thinking about doing, either scaling in or reversing my position. Obviously, I didn't do either, but see right here, if you come in here, this is basically the break-even spot. Plus commissions, right? You save on commissions. Kellyanne saying that he took the low 2 setup, which is right here, this 2. That's not a 2-legged pullback, but it's a low 2 setup. That means there's 2 pushes down. It's a second push down. It's a lower high setup off the 20 EMA. Confusion. 10K chart about to make a 2-legged pullback. A, B, C. Potential 2-legged pullback on the 10K chart. And the reason why I mentioned this is because if you're short, you might have already reversed your position. Notice how we bounced off perfectly at the top of this trading range on the trading range indicator. I might be interested in this 2-legged pullback short on the 5-minute. I might enter the 5-minute here. Got still 1 more minute on this candle to form. But notice how we hit perfectly the top of the trading range on the trading range indicator. We bounced off of it. We're making a wick. I almost want to poke above it 1 tick so the 10K can create a 2-legged pullback. Right, the 10K needs to go 1 tick above the previous candle's high to make a 2-legged pullback. But if this is resistance, it might not be able to make that tick, so we can't get that 2-legged pullback on the 10K chart, which is what I want. Five-minute showing a pretty decent candle here for a 2-legged pullback. Play Life Smart says, I usually go to trades by map, but thought I would check out the panda since you kept popping up. Well, I'm glad I'm continuing to pop up in your newsfeed. That means people hitting that like button and engaging in the chat. It's working. So do appreciate that. Thanks for supporting the channel if you have been doing that. And I thank you for joining the channel. Play Life Smart. I think the thing is, Matt and I, we bring different things to the table. I trade pure price action. I trade the E-mini as well. And he trades, you know, his own setup. So, and he trades at NQ, I believe. And so, you know, we bring different things to the table. And so, in my mind, there's no competition, not really, because we're not really interfering with each other's audience. That 2-legged pullback on the 5-minute. I'm gonna take this, pandas. I'm sorry, I cannot resist this. I'm gonna take this. I cannot resist this trade. This 2-legged pullback. Thinking coming back to the bottom trading range. I'm going to swing this a little bit here. Thinking we're going to come back to the bottom trading range. I cannot resist the Pikachu on the 5-minute. I just can't. I cannot. I still like the 2-legged pullback on the 10K chart. That would be nice. But we're in a 5-minute trade, so we're going to stick with the 5-minute chart. This is the 5-minute on the 2K, or the 5 minute on the E-mini. We have a two-legged pullback on the 5 minute on the, it's a lower high setup. A strong push down, two-legged pullback, lower high setup, Pikachu setup here. We're going to try to make a point here. A little more than a point. Come back to the bottom trading range. And for those who think we're really going to go short, we can have a measure move potentially here. Measure move looks like this. Measure move will be down to here if we do start to get some bearishness here. Sticking to the 5 minute chart right now. Jack Beyond says too choppy. Too choppy. It is kind of choppy. It is pretty choppy. Oh, what's gonna happen here, pandas? Again, that's not what you want to see if you are in a two-legged pullback. You do not want to see this happen again. But I actually don't mind that setup. I like that setup still. Two-legged pullback off the 20 EMA on the 5 minute with the Pikachu. I don't mind that actually. Again, this looks exactly what happened on the 2K chart, just now happening on the 5 minute chart. We got the two-legged pullback off the 20 MA, and now we're reversing on that two-legged pullback. It's like everything is reversing on this every single time. It's annoying. We have a two-legged pullback on the 10K chart, but I'm thinking maybe potentially come back to the top of the trading range here. I do want to take this two-legged pullback on the 10K chart if we do get it. Perfect hit off the 20 MA now, again, on the 5 minute. I'm not feeling confident though. I mean, this could stop me out still. Whew. Maybe I should have just assumed that with a strong downtrend like that, that we would just go into a trading range like behavior because of how much of an uptrend we've been in. I shouldn't have been so eager to look for the downtrend. Trying to think, what could I possibly have learned from my mistakes? Because this happening right now, to me, this trade is already a mistake. Like, this should not have happened. If this was a proper scalp, I mean, even though I can scalp out still, this should have not happened. It should not have happened. Two-legged pullback forming on the 10K chart, pandas. Is this going to fail as well? Like, are we going to trigger all the two-legged pullbacks in every single time frame and just reverse all of them? Terrible signal bar, but two-legged pullback on the 10K chart as well off the 20 MA. But look how choppy it looks. It does not look convincing. So this two-legged pullback can reverse, trap, and come back up to the top of this trading range. So we can just be floating here for a while now, but we shall see. The 5 minute chart. I mean, it might be worth coming out break even here just because, like, skunking this trade because I did not like how that looked like. This one candle. I might have missed my skunk there. But I am right now in hopes. Hopefully I didn't miss my skunk. My exit. Reversed perfectly off my entry. Just watching here. $10K chart. Bouncing off perfectly here, coming back up. Right now it's a perfect scalp reversal on the 10K chart if we can get lower. Potential trap trade here. But in my mind, it's like every single time I've gone short so far, it has been pain. So in my mind, I think we're gonna go up, right? Every time, like if you've gone short and it's like you're finding pain, then you're thinking possibly the market's gonna go up. Like I felt pain going short here. You know, like, oh sorry, this is I feel pain going short here. I feel pain going short on the 2K chart. I'm feeling all this pain, thinking what's happening here. I'm going short, potentially going short on the bottom of a trading range. That's basically what's been happening. Like something's happening. Like you have to think of your premise if you're feeling pain on the obvious trades. And something needs to change in your thinking. I'm watching the 5-minute chart because I'm in a 5-minute trade. I took a trade based off the 5-minute chart here to like a pullback Pikachu off the 20 EMA after strong downtrend. Just watching here. Imagine if you were flat right now. What would you do? Would you want to go long here? Imagine if you're flat. Would you go long if it reversed right here? It's just choppy in my opinion, to be honest. It can go either way. If I see this, I'm thinking going short on the 2K chart. 2K chart actually looks bearish. I'm trying to break out of this trading range, but cannot. Interesting. Five-minute chart. And I'm just thinking if it touches this, I'm definitely going to be broken. Like 90% chance I'm going to be broken. It's going to stop me out. I thought we had a solid trend going on, you know, just from all of the choppiness from last week. I thought we might have a solid trend happening in the beginning of the trading day, but the solid trend that I thought was going to happen is not very solid, very choppy now, right? Strong push down, 5-minute, right? When you see the 5-minute look like this, you're thinking trending day. And since it's downtrend like this, do have that wedge though still. The wedge on the 5-minute as well. And basically, I'm thinking of these long tails underneath it makes me think we're going to keep going higher. Right? Because every single tail here means that we try to break down, but we failed in reversing. As we wait for this trade to play out itself, let's check out some of the chat here. Let's check out the chat here. I actually like this two-legged pullback off the 10K chart. I want to go short here if it gives me the opportunity on the 10K. How about we let this 5-minute trade play out? But I'm going to take a close look at the 10K chart because potential trade here, that's what I'm thinking. Let me go over some of the chat here. Pandas, we got 259 viewers joining the stream. Hey, welcome to the channel. Hey, you guys who are new here are entering this channel, and I'm already at a loss, but hey, let's go, baby. We're trying to find two-legged pullbacks here using pure price action. Scott Hubbard is out. See you later, Scott. I just a little far back. I'm going to go over some of our chat here as we are just waiting in this chop to resolve our trade, either to be broken or to scalp out here. Some of you guys are talking about Bitcoin. That's fine. You can talk about Bitcoin. I don't care. Bitcoin to me, I think, has more room to go down. So I'm just, if I'm going to go enter Bitcoin, I'm going to wait a little bit. Lido says, don't feel pressured to get in the trade because the live stream. Pretend we're not here, LOL. It's hard to pretend you're not here, because if I pretend you're not here, I would literally just be doing this. That's what I'd be doing if you guys weren't here. Nothing. Just thinking. Kellyanne says, there are more trading opportunities for us on 2K. Kellyanne says, no money for me yet. I am still sweating this one. Kellyanne says, about to stop out, sads. Hensler K says, I think Panda's better than trades by Matt. I don't know. We have different styles. Uriel says, now it can go up or down from here. Point to decide for the market. I mean, if we're in these like choppy zones, then it is kind of a point of inflection. You're just kind of figuring out, well, not really point of inflection. It's actually a breakout mode. That means the market is about to go one way or the other, and it's just kind of, it's gathering up traders basically, and it's gonna make or break in a certain way. Manish says, yeah, I like the volatility of today, but the bars are unclear so far. That is true. As you can see with the choppiness on the 10K chart here. How's my 5-minute look? My 5-minute is still choppy. In my opinion, this is about 50-50 now, which way it will go. As you can see, we're making a triangle here. Pop up, triangle, coming down, trying to reverse. Let's see if we continue this original trend or if we reverse. Kellyanne says, scalped out on the long side, feeling better after my loss. Congrats, Kelly. I'm glad that you did that. I, on the other hand, did not do that. I am still in this trade. Let's go, baby. I'm not sure what Poppy said, but Sleepy Joe says, Poppy mad, Panda has tripled his account in 3 months and he can't even double his sim account. Henster K says, Nashi Trades by Matt got a lot of his viewers from Pakhodu, a Korean YouTuber, because someone mentioned him in their chat. Sack of Claims says, I think you might be overtrading. I say this with love. Take a step back and slow down, homie. Hey, man, I do appreciate anyone's comments, as long as it's, you know, as long as it's constructive. If I'm overtrading, then so be it. Maybe I do need to take a step back, but I think I'm fine. Took 2 trades so far. Basically, one based off this downtrend and got stopped out. Could have come out break even, but unfortunately, you know, I didn't break even. So that's the final say, right? That's, I could have, would have, should have, whatever. But what I actually did is actually trumps anything I could have, would have done. So Uriel thinks from here, I think it go down. Just going over to Panda trades or Panda comments here. Sleepy Joe says, dude risks 40 contracts, but his attention is a live stream chat. 40 contracts? I don't know. Jason, thanks for booting Pappy. I could see that he was being a pain. Trusty Mod, thanks Jason for coming. We do have an L4 setup on the 2K chart, but look how choppy it is on this 2K chart. Like, this chop is untradeable at the moment. You cannot trade this. Anyone who thinks that they can trade this chop, I think they might be lying to themselves, but this chop right now is untradeable in my mind, in my opinion. And we gotta wait for this chop to resolve itself in order to find some clearer trades, right? It's nothing wrong with chop, but when the chop is this tight, very hard to trade. Most of the time you just stay out of this. But unfortunately, I was in a trade on the 5 minutes, so I'm just waiting for this to resolve itself. 10K chart just looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 overlapping bars. That's how the 10K chart looks like, but with a two-legged pullback. The 10K chart does have a two-legged pullback, pandas. Not sure how low it's going to go. In my opinion, this price action is telling us most likely trading range type day, so buy low, sell high type setups. So if it does come back down, I'm not really thinking the breakdowns are going to be that deep. If it does start coming down, I'm thinking it's going to reverse again back to the top of the trading range, which, in my opinion, I have yet to see. I don't know where it is really. The 10K chart says the top of the trading range right here. So we could come back up here. That could be it. The 5 minute says it's right here. So it could be this one. We shall see. I might lose 2 trades in a row here, pandas, but it's all good. As long as I think the setup was good, pandas, I don't mind losing the trade, right? It's like, okay, you take the setup, you got to take what you see, and you got to go with your conviction, thinking that, okay, we see, you have some reasons to go short, you got to go short. And if you lose, you lose, and you're willing to lose that. And that's the thing about this, hopefully you guys can see that I'm okay with losing the things I lose. Like, I lose it, and that's fine. And, it happens. If you lose, you lose. But looks like we're gonna be stopped out here, pandas. But we have an L4 setup on the 2K chart, which if I do get stopped out here, I'll be interested in going short again on this L4 setup. SW Blaze says it's riding up a bull channel on the 2K chart. Actually, let's try to chart this. So this is like really tight to use. So most likely not going to use that. We can skip that one, maybe use this. And this could be the bull channel that we are in. And we have tried to break down it once, twice, 3 times. Failed 3 times to break down. In my opinion, I think this is more trading range. I'm not sure if it's more like a bull channel. I think it's more trading range in my opinion, because how choppy we are. But I could be wrong. This could be the bull channel that could bring us up. And we might have to wait for the break of this bull channel. But notice that there is no clear close beneath this trend line. We do have an L4 set up here. But in my opinion, I'm shocked I have not yet been stopped out. That to me is shocking. I can't believe I'm still in this trade. I thought I'd be stopped out a while back, especially with this spike up here. But notice, pandas, I'm still in this trade. Micro double top here. This choppiness is just making me think we're in trading range day today. And if that's the case, we are on the top of a trading range. I may want to enter on this L4 on the 2K chart. I just don't like how this trend line is now in the way, but I do like L4 setups here. I like the L4 setups. Currently kind of spiking down that L4. Woo! L4 setups. Do not mess with L4 setups. Came right down, back down to break even here for me. On the 5 minute. The 10K almost triggering a two-legged pullback on the 10K chart. Came right back down to my original entry. That L4, do not mess with L4s. That's a power L4 setups. Top of a trading range L4 setup. I could have, if I went in there, I actually probably wouldn't have been able to scalp out. Or I probably wouldn't have been able to move my profit target to break even. Or maybe I have. Actually, there was some time it was like kind of stalling out right here, but L4 setups. Don't mess with L4 setups. Discipline says better take break even. I'm just gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold it. I'm just gonna hold my trade here. Not gonna skunk it. In my opinion, I'm okay with losing this, but maybe I should have skunked it. Let's see what happens, pandas. Maybe I should have skunked my trade. Could have came out break even right there. But in my opinion, I don't mind staying short here because the two-legged pullback formed on the 10K chart now, as you can see, and that exact same spot is the lower high setup, the 5 minute two-legged pullback, but we also have the two-legged pullback off the 10K chart. Terrible signal bar though, but still a two-legged pullback on the 10K chart, thinking the 10K could possibly give us a point here. So in my mind, I'm just thinking maybe I'm in this trade rather than the 5 minute trade. And I'm okay with a two-legged pullback to the 20 MA on the 10K chart. I think that's a decent trade. So I'm staying in this, and it could bite me in the butt, but that's fine. I have my reasons to stay in. Thinking now I'm just going to proxy this as my 10K chart trade and just keep it. Even with a terrible signal bar though. I'm just shocked I didn't get stopped out yet, because we were so close. We're about 2 ticks away. The 5 minute chart, 2K. Let's see what happens here. It's just so choppy. Pandas, I really thought we are going to have a nice, just clean day today. But we're so choppy even on today. And so, you know, it is what it is. Maybe because of the chop, I should have just gotten out. Because we're so choppy. Looking at the 10K chart, And I'm gonna see if I can scalp out on the 10K chart here. Outside, inside, outside bar currently forming. Still in breakout mode, in my opinion. Even if we do come down here, I just don't know if we're gonna really break down today. Just because we've been so choppy. But I mean, we are in breakout mode. We have an outside down bar. Could have came out break even again. But I'm gonna stick to my guns here. Stick to my pause. I'm gonna swing this a little bit here. It's a little more than 1 point. It's about 1 point, 1 point and 3/4. 1 3/4 points. Let's see if I can get it. Strong bear bar, no follow through. You can keep that. You can take that into account. Right? Strong bear bar, no follow through is classic signs of a trading range. Notice here how many hits we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 hits on this one single line here. 13 hits. Incredible. Giving us our very tight trading range right here on the 2K chart. Al Brooks would call these ledges, right? There's a ledge here, essentially. And ledges basically just mean trading range. Keep coming back to the ledge, right? These trading range forms, and you could break down, break out, either way. But I'm still in this trade. I've been in this trade for a very long time, typically longer than I'd like to be at any trade, showing me that this trade is actually probably a bad trade already. But call me a stubborn panda. Maybe that's what I am, but man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overlapping bars on the 10K chart. So, Malcolm asked, why doesn't the trading range indicator go to this line? Well, the thing is, if I refresh this, yeah. So the thing is about the trading range indicator is that it will never move a limit to a, the bottom limit can only go lower. The top limit can only go higher. And the reason being is because you want the line to be consistent. If this moved wherever the most hits were all the time, then we cannot get a good sense of the actual bottom of the range. Especially when it's choppy, because when things are choppy, especially trading ranges, they get choppy right in the middle of the trading range. And so the middle of the trading range will start to produce like multiple hits on the same spot. But what we want is upper and bottom range of the limits of the trading range. And so that's why the trading range indicator only moves the upper limit higher or lower on the bottom. And so since it's way down here, it's not going to remove it back higher, because that's, in a sense, right? It doesn't make sense to do that. But we're just waiting here, pandas. Again, came out break even. Sticking to my guns. Sticking to my pause here. Could have came out break even right there again. Just waiting to see what's gonna happen here, pandas. This is grueling. Let's look at some of the chat here. This is so slow. Kern says, "Hi, Megan." Is Megan in the chat? I haven't seen Megan yet. Play Live Smart says 5-minute is king. Well, we'll find out. This is the 5-minute chart. Actually, this is a 10K chart. Richard Harris has been bouncing like a ping pong ball, going short, going long, going short, going long. Play Live Smart says, "I'm up 400 and don't want to give it back in the chop." That is wise words. I would say stay out of this trade if you can. But since I'm already in it, I'll allow it to play out as it should. Kern asks, "What is L for?" Jason responds with, "Check out the frequently asked questions in the description below. I describe what the L4 is." Just going over some of the chat here. Patience, Dragon Warrior. Uwe is with you. I'm guessing that's from Kung Fu Panda. Yoda Trader asks, 2K means 2 minutes? Actually does, as Nocom responds, it means 2,000 transactions. So it's not volume, it's actually the amount of transactions that have happened. AJ Santamaria says, "I would have closed that trade probably at a loss." Actually, that might have been a smart thing to do. It still might be a smart thing to do. I'm just looking at the 10K chart, seeing that we made a two-legged pullback off the 20 EMA, and also with a nice entry bar still. So, but when we look at the lower time frame charts, multiple hits right here. So many hits on this one line here, making us think that if we go up higher, we'll most likely come back to this point some point in the day, because the market thinks it's an important point. It obviously is an important point because we have so many hits here. And so even if we go like way up here, there's still potential we come way back down and touch this line again. It's just always a possibility for today, because this line, this point, price action is telling us it's important. I don't know why it's important, but it is important because we can see how many hits we have on this one line. And so we're going to keep track of this line here, and this line could tell us a lot of how we're going to go today. We could just be a trading range, you know, coming back to this line and hit going above and below it. But I do not know how to pronounce your name. Divuhu, Divuhuo. That is a hard name to pronounce for me. But hey, welcome from South Africa. Glad you can join the stream. We're just patiently watching this trade play out, and we've been in this trade for, I don't know how long we've been in this trade. We've been in it since right here, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, around 8 candles. We've been on this one trade for about 5 minutes and nothing has happened. The only nice thing we saw so far was this L4 setup at the top of the trading range. Just blasted downwards and got halted right at the bottom. Literally just got halted right there and just cannot go below it. Absolutely incredible. Price action at its finest. Higher low setup here. If this was a trading range right here, this is a higher low setup in this small teeny trading range, about 2 points large. 2-point large trading range. Higher low setup. Hits the top of the trading range. Very interesting what's happening here, huh? I'm gonna get stopped out here. In my opinion, it's okay. I get stopped out, I get stopped out. It is what it is. I'm gonna recap this bad trade right now. It was a two-legged pullback off of the 20 EMA on the 5-minute chart. And I entered right here, and ever since then, it's been in this trading range. But in this small trading range, we can see that we've been stuck in it this entire time. Looks like it wants to stop me out. It's about 2 ticks away from stopping me out. 1 tick from stopping out. All right, pandas, I'm done. All right, pandas, that's it for the stream. Hey, happy Monday. Coming back to a losing day. Pandas, it's all good. Hey, we still have... How far down am I? Whew. Okay, 912, man. That hurts again. But pandas, hey, stick to the plan. We're going to find those best setups. I'm going to probably continue trading today. I just want to see the price action after this chop. What's going to happen? And I just feel like something might happen. And so I'm probably going to trade more today after the stream. And I'll let you guys know what happens on next stream. But hey, pandas, thanks for joining. Gotta go now. Do appreciate everyone's support. Thanks for joining the stream. Hey, I know I have a minus $900 day today, but it's all good, pandas. We're going to find those best setups again. Trade safe, pandas. Stick to the plan. And for me, that was the plan. I stuck to it. I could have came out multiple times right there, but I said I'm going to stick to the plan. I think the 10K chart will give us a potential two-legged pullback, but rather 10K chart comes and reverses and gives us a trap on the 10K, giving us a spike upwards. And so this is what caused that spike to go up. The 10K creating that Pikachu trap here. And so, pandas, thanks for joining the stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, happy trading and God bless.